Footy Stop Press, and let's go up now to the sporting editor of the Sunday Press. A very good evening to Scotty Palmer.
Good evening, Peter, and welcome viewers back into the Sunday Press. What a bombshell tonight. Robbie Walls quit as coach of the Lions and said he wanted his story told in full. It's a beauty, and we'll have it all in the Sunday Press tomorrow. I understand from first reports that he has been told he could throw his hat into the ring if he wanted the coaching job next year, but it would have to be on a full-time basis. There would also need to be changes in his backup staff too. Walls said he had the support of all but a few people at Fitzroy. It could be a real blow-up there. Geelong's Tom Hapey was happy the Cats finished the season off with a win today, but said his position at Geelong was in the lap of the gods. Nobody has spoken to me. I've been there 3 years and we haven't made the 5, said Tom. Hawthorn's Michael Tuck is in St Vincent's Hospital tonight with concussion and a shoulder injury that could keep him out of the finals next weekend. The player who collided with him, North Steve's Hickey, is in Royal Melbourne Hospital tonight with a gashed head and a possible fractured sternum. That's right there if you don't know where the sternum is. Hawthorn has more worries. BRERETON received a kick on the calf that put him off the field today, but he should be okay for next week. North Melbourne's John Kennedy said the Hawks' display today was like a mighty machine, but he felt his team could regroup in a week. Alan Jeans was just thankful for holding down that third spot. We had something to fight for today, he said. FOOTSCRAY is in shock over the report of Andrew Purser. He was booked for allegedly kicking Paul Morwood of St Kilda in the first quarter today. Coach Mike Malthouse said it wasn't good for a player to go into the finals with a report on his mind. It happened to Malthouse himself in 1980 and he said it wasn't very nice. Malthouse said the Bulldogs lost their sparkle today. At least 10 players were down. St Kilda's Graham Jelly said it was the first time for the year that the Saints had produced 4 quarters of sheer tenacity. Ron Barassi bowed out at the MCG and said he felt good vibes from the MCG crowd who hadn't had much success over the last 5 years. The match against his co-tenants Richmond ended in a Donnybrook with 3 players being reported. Jimmy Jess was booked for striking Newport with a fist to the face. Connolly was reported for striking Palm with a fist to the head. And David Cordner was booked for striking Jimmy Jess repeatedly with blows to the head. Old-timers think it's the first time a Cordner of Melbourne has ever been reported. Paul Sproul was pleased and said the commitment of the Tigers over the last 2 weeks was the best for the year. It was something to work on for next season, he said. Carlton too has pre-season worries. Rod Ashman has a badly strained knee and will be doubtful for next week. But Bruce DOULL is expected to be fit, a relief for all the Blues supporters. He suffered a bruised foot when a Magpie player stepped on him today. Coach Parkin said it was good for the Blues to win a close one so close to the finals. Collingwood Shane Morwood was reported for striking David Rhys-Jones today. David is always in the news. Bobby Rowe said the Magpies gave Carlton too big a start, Peter. But he said he was pleased this season with the growth of the young players at Collingwood and was optimistic for next season. And what about Essendon under-19s today? They kicked 44 goals 11 to beat the Swans, and their full forward Laurie Shackey kicked 25-3 and he carries the number 10. Back to you, Peter.
Right, thanks, Scotty, and full details of those reports in the Sunday Press out tomorrow. Let's take that Melbourne situation a little bit further. And, of course, as Scotty mentioned, there was plenty happening in the final term and one of the most vicious brawls we've seen for quite some time. And we're going to be hearing more about this at the VFL Tribunal, of course, as Scott mentioned, on Monday night. It went on for quite some minutes and quite a few players a little bit sore after that clash today. And as I said, we'll hear more about that at the VFL Tribunal on Monday night. A number of players fronting up after round 22, the final round of home and away games. And of course, the final round of home and away games also signalled the end of the Melbourne coaching career of Ron Barassi. And after the game today at the MCG, he spoke with Mark Dalgleish.